Welcome to Miracle Network's Wednesday meditation. I'm so glad we're all here together. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to click the subscribe button below to receive updates and notifications. Today we're joined by Doyle, who will lead us in meditation, and then we have 20 minutes of silence. After that, we open it up for sharing. We end at 10:45. Over to you, Terry.
Thank you, Dan, and good morning, everybody. It's so lovely to see you all. It really is. You know, it's 3 years since I last um, shared a session like this with the Miracle Network, and it was a funny one. Some of you will have been there, and it's the morning when, to my horror, I looked out the window and my bed, new bed mattress arrived just as we were about to go into the meditation. So I had to leave and open the door and all the rest of it. So hopefully nothing like that is going to happen this morning. And looking around on the screen, it's lovely to see such familiar faces. We got to know each other really well. I was able to join every week during COVID and stuff, but since COVID, I'm back out at work, you know. But what a great network this is, and I'm delighted to be here. So this morning's meditation, I thought we'd take it from lesson 245. It's a beautiful lesson. Your peace is with me, Father. I am safe. And if you're anything like me, sometimes I feel out of my comfort zone. Sometimes I doubt. Sometimes I forget that I'm always safe. No matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, I'm always safe. And at the end of a lot of my work sessions, and I work with a lot of very vulnerable, marginalized individuals and groups in different ways. And we learn about growing in resilience and coping skills and life skills. Life isn't always easy. We all know that. We all know that. So this lesson and the message, it's so comforting, isn't it? Your peace is with me, Father. I am safe. So let's look at this lesson now. Your peace surrounds me, Father. Where I go, your peace goes there with me. It sheds its light on everyone I meet. I bring it to the desolate and lonely and afraid. I give your peace to those who suffer pain or grieve for loss or think they are bereft of hope and happiness. Send me to them, my Father. Let me bring your peace with me. For I would save your Son, as is your will, that I may come to recognize myself. And so we go in peace. To all the world, we give the message that we have received. And thus, we come to hear the voice of God, who speaks to us as we relate his word, whose love we recognize because we share the word that he has given unto us. So let's go into the sacred silence now, shall we? Each day we are invited to do just that. And let's take this message, this affirmation, into the silence with us. And whenever our minds wander, which they will, we bring our minds back and we focus on that phrase as a mantra. Your peace is with me, Father. I am safe.
Open your eyes and come back in. Open your eyes and come back into the room. We have 20 minutes left. We have 20 minutes left for sharing. If you'd like to share, raise your hand and I'll invite you to take yourself off mute. John.
Hi, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was wonderful. And I think you may have read my mind because you came into my mind yesterday, Terry, and I really thought about you and thought you may be doing some forgiveness lessons over Mr. Edwards. But it's, yeah, lovely to remember that piece. We can choose it at any time. And I enjoy the reading. And it's so amazing because we also been off here on and off, had busy time. And it's those times where I find the courses, basic, simple lessons like that, such a help. But it's remembering, isn't it? It's remembering to do it in the moment. And very often I forget. It's lovely to see you back anyway, and I enjoyed that immensely. Thank you, Terry.
It's great to see you both. Really is. Um, Absolutely. Thank you, John. And it's just such a wonderful message, isn't it? Your peace is with me, Father. I am safe. And wherever we are, whatever we might be doing, whoever we might be with, that is always true. And I love how it goes on to say that I bring it to the desolate and lonely and afraid. I give your peace to those who suffer pain. So it's encouraging us, isn't it, to be channels for the Holy Spirit, for the love, for the light, for the peace, and to embody it as best we can and share it, share it. I remember once I was in a situation where I was teaching meditation in a prison, and there was a big kick-off when I was in there. I was in the mental health wing, in the psyche wing inside, and I was locked into this cell whilst it calmed down, and it took hours for the prison guards to get on top of everything. And I remember I felt like I was in a box inside a box inside a box. I felt uncomfortable. I felt very claustrophobic, but I just meditated. You know, I just stayed with it and meditated. And one of the lads, one of the prisoners, I'll never forget what he said afterwards. He said, I love it when you come in here because I feel peaceful just being around you. Now, I didn't feel peaceful during that situation, I can tell you. I just wanted to get the hell out of there. However, it seems that something comes off of us, doesn't it, when we do the practice? You know, even if on a surface level, you know, we might be feeling a bit agitated, at a deeper level, you know, and I think every time we go into the sacred silence, it, it leaves an imprint upon us every single session. Even if we feel, oh, my mind was wandering and this and that, no, we just show, here I am, Lord. And the Course in Miracles is very strong on encouraging us to go into that silence regularly, daily, you know, and allow ourselves to be transformed. We become more Christ conscious, don't we, when we do this work. Thank you, John. And it's lovely to see you and Annie. Really lovely.
Thank you, Terry.
Who would like to share? Daisy, take yourself off mute.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Terry, for this beautiful lesson. And I felt when I could really take it in, your peace is with me, Father, I'm safe. There's nothing that needs to be changed. And it felt really, yeah, like freeing. I could let everything be exactly as it is. So that's, yeah. But I can only do that when I'm there with joined with the peace. So thanks for this, yeah, experience. Thank you.
Thank you. And what a beautiful name you have. You sound like a pop star.
Pop star.
But it's a beautiful, and you're right. I mean, on one level, absolutely, you were totally right. You know, that all is well, even when it seems it isn't. You know, on one level, all is well, all is well, all is unfolding just as it is. And yet, at the same time, we're always being encouraged. It is a course in miracles, isn't it? And we're here to offer and to share miracles and extend love into the world. And we'll all do that in different ways because we've all got different spheres of influence. And there's a lot of broken people. So, on one level, absolutely, people beyond their brokenness are always held in love, but don't know it and so suffer. So, I think if we can take the peace with us wherever we go, and like John said earlier, and I said earlier as well, we forget, don't we? We need reminders. And we can be reminders to people who are suffering, who are forgotten. And some people don't feel worthy of feeling peaceful because they're carrying such pangs of guilt or shame from the past or whatever it might be. You know, so let's, as it encourages, bring it to the desolate and lonely and afraid. Give our, God's peace to those who suffer pain or grief or loss or think they are bereft of hope and happiness. This afternoon I'm in a hospice in Middlesbrough and we have a session in there. We just sit and we talk. We might do a little bit of movement, but we talk. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who's fascinated by people who've had near-death experiences, and have been down, and gone into the light and stuff, and brought the messages back with them. And this sense that we are loved, absolutely we are loved, and that what is waiting for us on the other side is so much more beautiful. But I know that there's one of the lads who I'll be talking to this afternoon. He's only got a matter of days now, bless him, and he's frightened. He's not yet discovered that sense of peace and acceptance. Bless him. He's been a drinker over the years, and there's regrets tied in. But with the Holy Spirit's help, we can convey that sense of peace into his mind, because the Holy Spirit is in his mind also. And it's like the Holy Spirit connects to the Holy Spirit. So any of us can be channeled and speak to the Holy Spirit in the mind of the other person. Because at the level of mind, all is well. But at the level of physical body, things are often not well. We might be experiencing pain or illness or sickness or whatever. And, I think it's still incumbent upon us to do what we can to alleviate that pain and suffering. So thank you, and I'll look out for you and your next single as it hits the charts.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, who'd like to share? Norman.
Yes, thank you, Terry. Peace, it's a lovely thought. And I can remember not so long ago when miracles happened of their own and I didn't understand them. And I tried to explain to people, even course people, that I hadn't even asked for the miracle. I just looked at pain and it went away. And whoever received it knew. But to try and explain to anybody how that happened, I've eventually learned it took a long time. Don't even try, Norman. Don't even try. You know, it's just something that is totally spiritual, and you know, it's beyond my comprehension. All I have to do is look, and if a miracle is needed, usually with pain or sickness, it could be for anything, anything at all. It'll happen of itself. And I'm just very grateful that you reminded me of that this morning because I've been down a bit. And
Yes.
that's given me a big boost. So thank you.
Thank you, Norman. Thank you. And you're right. It's beyond our comprehension, isn't it? You know, I think we get glimpses and insights, but it is generally beyond our comprehension. And it's an act of faith in many ways. Here I am, Lord, use me. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say? And to whom? You know? And in the manual for teachers, it talks a lot about you don't have to worry about anything. The Holy Spirit will send the people who will hear the message in the way that you can uniquely express it. So, Norman, you'll express it in that lovely accent of yours and that gentleness of character and presence that you have, unmistakable. And it's incredible, isn't it, that we all have a sphere of influence and we'll all communicate the truth in a way that people will relate to through us. And they will come to us. They will find us once we make ourselves available. And again, that's beyond our comprehension. And again, it's another act of faith. But it's there in the manual, isn't it? It says it clearly. Just make yourself available. Just do the work yourself. Do your own practice. And increasingly we become empowered to serve. And we will be used. And the world needs us at the moment. The world needs light workers at the moment. The world needs the course. And that's why the course came through. And again, Jesus explains, you know, and he said it, the course has come because of the critical juncture we are in our history. We know that, we are seeing that. And that message was in, you know, the 60s and 70s. And look where we are now. You know, so on one level, absolutely, all is well, all is unfolding just as it should. But by God, the world needs miracle workers doing their stuff very much, very much.
Who'd like to share? Vivian, take yourself off mute.
Just to say, things could be so simple. I remember one day I was walking in the street and somebody was coming in the opposite direction and I smiled at him. And he was obviously moved by it because he stopped and spoke. He said, "My goodness, do you always smile like that?" And I said, I suppose so. Yes, maybe. But obviously, that had really resonated with him so much that he stopped to chat to me about my smile. And it is actually very simple to just impart love with the Holy Spirit in very simple ways.
Absolutely. Yeah, Vivian, I love that. It's said, I don't know how true it is, that us Northerners are more friendly than, a lot of the Southerners, and I don't know how true that is. But yeah, a smile as you walk past. Often people talk to each other who are walking dogs, don't they? That tends to be leads
Mm.
to some common ground. But it is an extension of love. It is a miracle. And that's what A Course in Miracles is about, extending love into the world. And that smile triggered a conversation, as you said, and that will have sent out ripples. Um, and I think when we get our life review, we come to see the effects that our words and our actions had, the ripple effect that went out, seemingly good or seemingly not so good. And I think with the not so good, I don't think it's done with any judgment. I just think it's done as a learning. Do you not see how your unkind words there, triggered this reaction in that person or whatever it might be? And conversely, if we can extend love and smile at someone, and it might be a checkout operator who's having a terrible day in a supermarket and she's stressed to hell and all the rest of it, and just a few kind words to her. That's a miracle. That's a miracle. And we're all capable of that, aren't we?
I was born in County Durham, by the way.
Nice one. You're a proper northern lass.
Okay, who'd like to share? Dennis, take yourself off mute.
Thank you, Terry, for your YouTube. I often give you a thumbs up.
Nice one, Dennis.
And you spoke about near death. It wasn't a near death, it was a meditation. And I had a mind to mind conversation with the being of light, like 1,000 suns. And towards the end of the conversation, I said, "Where have you been all my life? I've been looking for you." And the answer back was, "I've been here all the time. Where have you been?"
Yeah. I like that, Dennis. I like that. Yes. And it's true, isn't it? Absolutely. It's true. And that reminds me of, my favorite parable from the Gospels, the parable of the prodigal son. That love is waiting for us. We all go off and we wander, don't we, to some degree or other through the years of sex and drugs and rock and roll or whatever, you know, until, we get broken by life often. We think, what the hell am I doing? You know, and we remember, because it's encoded in our very DNA, the memory of God. And it comes to us, you know what? I had this wonderful place I was living in where I was loved, I had good food and all the rest of it. And as the message goes, we turn, we we make that conscious decision. And the love that was always there just comes running to us. It envelops us, but we have to make that conscious decision. So thank you for reminding us there, Dennis. Thank you very much.
Jan, did you want to share, Jan?
Yes, I did. Is that, yeah. Hi, Terry. Hi, everyone. It's good to see you. No, it's just a quickie. I was just thinking that lovely thing that I've heard that going back to smiles, which is if someone doesn't have a smile, give them one of yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one, Jan. Nice
Yeah.
one. And it's simple again, isn't it? It's just simple.
Yeah.
And thanks, Jan. And what Dennis said about YouTube, if anyone's interested and got 10 minutes to spare sometime, if you go on YouTube and put the joy of encounter. I led a retreat a few months ago and we had 30 people on the retreat who were from broken backgrounds, difficult, disadvantaged backgrounds. Some had learning disabilities, some had drug problems, some were homeless, others were going through different health crises. And we had another 20 people there who came in solidarity with to meditate. We had a session on A Course in Miracles from a healing perspective. We sang, we danced, we walked, we ate together, we shared stories together. It was a beautiful joy of encounter because beyond the outer appearance, you know, underneath we're all the same, aren't we? Underneath we're all looking for love and acceptance and trying to make sense of this world. And it was a beautiful occasion. So if you get a chance on YouTube, have a look. The Joy of Encounter. It was in June this year. You might enjoy it because for me, it embodied the message of A Course in Miracles in it, you know. Sharing love, extending love into the world.
Okay, we've come to the end of our time together. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Terry. That was wonderful. And take yourself off mute and show your appreciation and have a big smile.
Oh, thank you, Terry.
Terry.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you so much.
Keep smiling.
Everyone.
Thank you.